our sports with Mike Cozzi. Morning there, Mike.
Good morning.
Really, where do you want to go in sports?
I want to go back to sleep, but I got to go to work.
I know.
It's dead.
Yeah.
There's really nothing going on. The Knicks lost last night. The Nets won. The Knicks had a fight in the game. And that's it. There's really nothing much going on.
You know, the Astros hired Dusty Baker.
Yeah.
I think it's a safe hire for him. But I think whatchamacallit got the best manager. Who got Girardi again? Philadelphia.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was before all this stuff started.
Yeah. But
if this happened earlier, I don't know if Girardi would be in Philadelphia.
No, he would be in Houston.
Or Boston.
I think Houston would have contacted him first. Houston's are just the Red Sox right now they haven't been charged in anything yet. They're still worried about that and their payroll. They got rid of their headache with Cora. You're right, I guess. I don't know. Buck Showalter's still out there though.
That's who I thought Houston would get. I don't know why they didn't. Dusty Baker, he was in Washington. He left day one. It says a lot about Dusty Baker.
Have you seen?
Might be a nice guy, but he doesn't win.
Have you seen those Hyundai commercials yet with the folks from all the stars and the sports players from Boston?
No.
Oh, they got them all talking with a Boston accent. It's about how a car can automatically park. Mike, it is so well done. It is so funny.
I'll have to look for it. I didn't see it yet.
It's a mixture of movie stars, TV stars, and sports stars.
All for a Hyundai that parks itself?
Well, you can get out of it. If you want to get into a real tight parking space, you line the car up, you get out of it, you push a button, and it'll drive in. And
you get out of the car, you press a button, get out of the car, and it goes by itself.
Yep, and then it goes park and self locks.
Okay.
But forget about the product, okay? It's the accents. It's just fun. It's a very, very, it's a funny commercial. There's too many stupid, crappy commercials now, but this one's really, really well done. So
I'll have to look for it.
Yeah, look for it. And there's not. I mean, I know there's been droughts of information before Super Bowls in the past. But this is just amazing. Maybe it's because the Rangers are bad and the Knicks are bad and Brooklyn's not even having a good year. Maybe there's just nothing in our immediate neighborhood to talk about that's good.
No, there really isn't. And you said it. I mean, the Islanders are a good hockey team, but they're a stepchild. You don't hear about them. You don't even know they exist. The two basketball teams are bad. The football teams had bad seasons. There's really nothing going on.
And
there's nothing. I shouldn't say nothing going on. Nothing of newsworthiness going on.
No, and also the death of Kobe Bryant and the way that happened also put a pale over really, following anything really closely there. Yeah, this is just one of the most boring times I've ever seen. Do you think that even though he wasn't playing, some people are trying to compare the death of Thurman Munson with Kobe Bryant, and Thurman's happened during the year while he was a player.
Thurman Munson was the pilot in the plane when it crashed.
Yeah.
Kobe Bryant wasn't.
Yeah, but and also
Thurman Munson, there was no question as to the weather that he took off in, where the question. Excuse me, should Kobe Bryant's helicopter have taken off?
Yeah.
There's a lot of different stories about it, but there's a lot of stories about athletes dying in planes or helicopters.
Oh, yeah. But the whole thing I'm pointing out is they're trying to, one athlete, the way it affected the team. No. Kobe Bryant, it's going to affect the Lakers a little bit, but Thurman Munson was the catcher. He was the man.
He was part of the team.
He was part of the
Bryant
team.
Was retired.
Yeah, that's the big difference. It was a huge difference.
Everybody tries to make things so special and superficial. And, you always have to compare it to something else. You just can't leave it stand on its own merit.
All right. Well, not much else really. I'm trying to think what we could talk about, but there was.
I watched Kentucky play last night. You know how every year Kentucky is supposed to be a contender?
Yeah.
They're a bad team this year, and it's the personnel on the team. I watched that for the first half of the game. They were playing Vanderbilt, who's the doormat of the SEC. They're just a bad team, and they totally outplayed Kentucky the first half of the game. And Kentucky was just standing around on the court. I mean, you didn't have to know a lot about basketball to see that Kentucky wasn't playing. This is just not your regular Calipari team. And like I said, it's the personnel that he got. And sometimes you go get these kids and you think they're something, and they turn out to be something else. And these kids just want to do it their way and go their own way. And it's not going to work. Kentucky's not Kentucky this year. But basketball is not basketball this year. There's really a lot of inconsistency in college basketball. And like I said, with betting available all over, it'd be a good opportunity to pick some nondescript team to win a championship because they probably do have a shot.
All right. And with that being said, Mike, we have a person from Pine Plains who won $1 million
Wow.
in lottery, okay? Mm-hmm. Here's the kicker. In 2007, when she lived in Millerton, New York, which is just about 10 miles south of that, she won $1 million in the lottery.
You got to be kidding me.
Out here in the middle of nowhere, somebody in 13 years, wins $1 million twice from the lottery.
Wow.
If I were her, though, I'd stay inside during thunderstorms.
No, I don't think her luck's run out. I think she's got more.
That's amazing, isn't it? Isn't that amazing?
That is insane. Not once, twice.
Twice.
I'd like to try it just once.
I'd like to. Yeah. Give me $100, I'll be happy.
Yeah, really.
All right, I'll check with you tomorrow, and we can actually talk Super Bowl talk because
tomorrow's Friday, right?
Yeah, thank God.
All right.
All right, I'll speak to you tomorrow.
Have a great day, guys.
I'm Mike Cozzi with a check on sports this morning here on Robin Hood Radio.